Let's read Peter Pan. I see Wendy and Captain Hook and Peter Pan. This is the story of Peter Pan, the boy who wanted to never grow up. You know who I see in this picture? Do you see Tinkerbell? Oh, I do. Long ago in London lived 3 children, Wendy, John, and Michael. Wendy told her brothers stories about a faraway place, Neverland. The hero of these stories was, of course, Peter Pan, a boy who never grew up and who had wonderful adventures. One night, when the children were fast asleep, Peter Pan and his friend the fairy, Tinkerbell, flew in through the nursery window. They had come to search for Peter's shadow. He had left it behind one night when Peter was listening to one of Wendy's stories. Just then Wendy woke up. She was thrilled to meet Peter Pan and agreed to help him and Tinkerbell capture the mischievous shadow. Peter liked Wendy and urged her to fly with him to Neverland. "You'll never grow up there," he promised. Wendy agreed at once, as long as her brothers could come too. So Peter told Wendy, John, and Michael to each think happy thoughts. Then he sprinkled them with magic pixie dust. Before they knew it, the excited children were soaring high above the rooftops of London. "Second star to the right, and straight on till morning," Peter called, leading the way. Wish we could fly like that. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? The children flew all the way to the enchanted world of Neverland, home to Peter and the Lost Boys and the dreaded Captain Hook and his ship of pirates. While Peter was out with Wendy at the Mermaid's Lagoon, Peter spotted a little rowboat in the distance. "It's Hook, all right," he cried. Captain Hook was a wicked pirate and Peter Pan's greatest enemy. Once in a fierce battle, Peter had cut off Hook's hand. The pirate now had a terrible steel hook attached to his left wrist. And where did that hand go? A hungry crocodile had eaten the pirate's hand. He had enjoyed his meal so much that he now followed Hook everywhere, hoping for a chance to gobble up the rest of him. Peter and Wendy followed Hook and were shocked to see that he had the Indian Princess Tiger Lily with him. "Tell me the hiding place of Peter Pan, and I shall set you free," the wicked pirate snarled at Tiger Lily. But Tiger Lily was Peter's friend, and she refused to tell the dastardly pirate. Peter flew down in front of Hook just in the nick of time. Up and down the rocky cliffs they fought until Hook slipped and the croc snapped hungrily. Mr. Smee, the captain's first mate, rushed over and pulled Hook onto his rowboat, with the crocodile following right behind him. Peter rescued Tiger Lily and took her home to the Indian chief. I think the Indian chief is probably her father. Back at Peter's hideout, Wendy told the boys their favorite story, but then they were all very homesick. "I want my mother," sobbed Michael. And although the Lost Boys didn't know what a mother was, they decided they wanted one too. So Wendy promised that they would all go back to her London home together. But Captain Hook and the other pirates were waiting outside on the hideout. The pirates captured the children and took them back to Hook's ship. Hook gave them a choice: join the pirates or walk the plank. The boys rather liked the idea of becoming pirates, but Wendy didn't. Peter Pan will save us, she said. Hook laughed loudly. Ha! We left a present for Peter, a surprise package. It was a bomb. Peter Pan will be blasted out of Neverland for forever. The tag says, to Peter with love from Wendy. But Wendy didn't leave the package. That package was left by Hook. Tinker Bell overheard these words. She knew she had to warn Peter. The tiny fairy reached Peter's hideout just as he was about to open the present. She grabbed the bomb and threw it as far away as she could. Seconds later, there was one huge explosion. Tinker Bell told Peter that Wendy and the others were in danger, and Peter sped off to rescue them with Tinker Bell close behind. Tinker Bell saved the day. Peter gave the order to raise the anchor. Tinker Bell sprinkled the pirate ship with the magic pixie dust, and in no time at all the ship was soaring high above Neverland. It flew all the way to London, where Wendy, John, and Michael were soon safely back in their nursery. As the children waved goodbye, the pirate ship sailed off into the night sky, silhouetted against the full moon. Maybe if we look at the full moon, we'll see a pirate ship. That'd be cool. For Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, and the Lost Boys, who weren't quite ready to grow up yet, were off on another wonderful Neverland adventure. See Peter Pan and Tinker Bell? And there's Neverland. The end. They're all flying.